You've heard me waffle on about cuneiform tablets and cylinder seals and Book of Enoch and yada yada yada. Well, I thought I'd just show you how they were actually made. So if you have a look here, there's a gentleman showing you the symbols there represent letters, and that's pretty much what they did. They've done it in clay originally, and the clay would harden, and that would then end up being your information. And that's a cuneiform tablet eventually, once he's done the writing. Now, a cylinder seal is done like this.
They were commonly made of stone, along with faience, shell, or bone. Both cuneiform script and pictorial imagery were carved into the surface. These designs functioned as signatures of individuals or offices that owned them.
So basically they would roll the seal that we just saw a second ago, the cylinder. You know, I say that Sumeria or Mesopotamia is a place that started pretty much everything. So let's just have a quick look. A mass-produced pottery, we can, for a fact, was done there. The first writing, just happens the first place where the Anunnaki decided to set up was the first place writing came from. No coincidence there. We've also got hydraulic engineering, which is water irrigation, basically. They did that there. A chariot, which was the first place, and notice the wheels on it, round wheels. A plough, so they were teaching us how to plough. Making clothes, textiles, which is what I was saying before, that they do. That's where we learnt to do clothes. They made bricks and taught us how to do bricks. Metallurgy with irons and gold and copper, etc. And mathematics. Enki at some point left Mesopotamia, went to Africa to help with the mining efforts. Look out for Michael Tellinger's books, etc. It tells you that they were there. There's proof that the Anunnaki were there. Enki was the guy that helped create the Homo sapiens sapiens. So our modern history, our modern information, we agree that the first Homo sapiens, which is us, arrived about 300,000 years ago. See, there's a difference of 100,000 years. This is mainstream media. They haven't got a clue. So they might as well just read the old texts and it will actually tell you 300,000 years ago. So it does make sense. And I just have to quickly mention fridge door alarm for $12.99, sponsored by, go on eBay, you can buy it from there. Thank you. If you watch my other videos, and if you haven't, why not, you'll know that I say that there's some indigenous species here on Earth at the same time the Anunnaki decided to make slaves from them using whatever methods they used. And so here's a family tree of what was here. Now there's humans. That's 300,000 years ago. Ignore that line there. That is added because they don't know what to do, because as you see there, it's a missing link. So they've just stuck a line in to make it carry on. But the missing link, obviously, with humans is these characters here, Homo florensis. I'm not even going to try and pronounce them. Some of these were around 300,000 years ago. So some of these were the ones that ended up creating humans with the DNA or the bearing of children from the Anunnaki. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know what I'm on about. I thought I'd start with the product placement first this time, and this is for that board game that I've played now 3 times. It's absolutely fantastic. It's called The Last of Their Kind, and it's got all the sort of things that we who's listening to this are interested in. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. 1 to 4 players if you just buy the original board, but there is expansion packs that makes it up to 8 players. I'll just leave this plan while I explain what the game does. So basically, you choose, you've got up to 13 things that you can start the game with. So in other words, you could have 13 of these characters, and each one has different strengths and weaknesses. Or you could have 7 of them and the rest as magic cards, and the magic cards, so basically a total 13. And the magic cards will obviously do things like freeze the opponent, or make you move near, or subvert it. And there's many different game styles, so you could play all out war, or you could play capture the flag type thing, or capture the diamond. You can do team games. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that's enough about the board game. You can get it from thegamecrafter.com. Highly recommend it. Gamecrafter.com. Type in the last of their kind. Okay, so let's go back to the Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki had so you know, a tribe in Africa, for example, they have what they call elders, and then they have the younger people, and the younger people do all the work basically, and that's exactly what the Igigi. They were the younger generation of the Anunnaki. Now, obviously, people like Murdoch, he was a younger generation, but because his father was one of the princes, then yeah, he became obviously more important than other people out there, other Anunnakis that just had children, in which case those children ended up being what they call the Igigi. And they were basically used as the workers. So they would transport the gold from Earth back to Nibiru. And so they're basically truck drivers, not slaves, but they weren't treated very well. And Enlil, who was their commander, wasn't very nice to them. So that leads into what happens next with these characters, which was really interesting. I'll tell you in the next video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, do the usual things. Oh, while I've got a few seconds left, go onto YouTube, because I do live chats, and when I've done live chats, they go onto YouTube. So there's a whole hour of me waffling on about serious subjects like this.